Hi, guys. My name is Janae Strickland. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yes, I do. And welcome to Confessions from a Red Couch podcast, where we talk about life lessons, ways to improve yourself. Well, not really improve yourself, but just, to love on yourself more so that you can make positive relationships with others. I know I sound crazy today. I'm not as hyped, but I think I'm getting sick after vacation. So we're going to make it do what it do. I want to introduce my wonderful guests today. Yay, I got guests. All right. So I'm going to start to my right, and then I'm just going to work my way around the table. So first we have Precious Cockrell. Precious, say hey.
Hello, everybody.
That is my sister. Well, technically, they're all my sisters, so we'll get into that in a second. And then over here, next to Precious, we have Jasmine Wallace.
Hey, guys.
All right. And then next to Jasmine, we have Teratia Miller. All right. And if you can't tell, they're younger than me. They're younger than me, and it's for a reason. I wanted to do this one with them because I wanted to talk about they're just now entering adulting. I am in adulting, and I hate it. So, I just wanted to get their views on just entering adulting. Hey, guys who are joining in, thanks for joining in. And so, yeah, let's get started. So how was y'all's weekend?
Great. I had a really good weekend.
You did?
Well, I went to Splash Town. I'm always there, though.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You got a season pass.
It was pretty good, teaching the kids dancing and all that.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second.
Good. I actually took my daughter to see Lion King with the
Yeah.
family.
What now? See me to me now. I still don't know those words.
I don't think anyone does.
Somebody posted them on, I think it was Twitter. I was looking through Twitter, and I was like, for real, you really wrote the words out, really? It's whatever. So I had a wonderful week. I just came from vacation, girls trip. We went to Aruba. We did not do BHHS, and if you don't know what that is, ask me later, because I don't want my pastor's wife or my pastor to ask me, what's that? We did not do it. I'll tell y'all later. But, yeah, we had a good time. Me and a few of my really good friends went to Aruba. We left the kids and the husbands and the fiancés to themselves, and we had a great time. I wonder, we got the pictures. Do you have the neon pictures? Like, we took theme pictures. Like, we had an all yellow night, and then we had a neon day.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was trying to, do it big, trying to be cute or whatever. And
I said dirty 30s.
Huh?
Yeah, I was in y'all in dirty 30s.
You know what's funny? I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest one in my friends group.
Really?
Yeah. Like, we were doing the ages. I was like, I'm the baby. It's weird. I don't feel like I'm the baby, but I am.
You remind me of a mother.
You said what?
You remind me of a mother.
Mama. Me?
Mother name.
I've always thought about that.
I can't do it. But yeah, so we had a good time. I actually fought one of my fears. I'm afraid of heights, and so we went on a boat trip, and they had a rope swing, and I actually did it. Like, I swung off the rope. You know how you usually see the bloopers of people trying to do it and then they belly flop? No, yeah. I swung out. I did like a toe touch. I think he was tripping. Yeah, thick girls can do it too. So, yeah. So, what did you say?
That's accurate.
Whatever. My mom comments. She said that's because I was your sister mama. I don't want to be your mama. You got a mama. You got it, mama. It's all good. So yeah. So let's get into this. I'm gonna recap last show. We talked about why you shouldn't date when you're lonely, and so somebody actually commented on my Instagram page, like they went back and watched it. I forget what I want to shout them out. I want to give them their credit because that's nice to do, to give them credit, because they were like, they didn't feel like. We were saying don't date when you're lonely, because sometimes when you're lonely, it's just because you need to focus on yourself a little bit more than to date when you're lonely. And I want to shout him out because that's what I do. His name is at What We Gon' Do Pod. He said I get what y'all are saying, but I don't know if I'm with the whole thought of it's not something outside of you that you are missing. It's something inside of you. I do feel like it's an outward thing, not an inward thing. I think everybody should learn to be alone, but it's okay to want or need someone external as well if you are lonely at times. But I told him this because sometimes, and we said this the whole time on that episode, that sometimes when you're lonely, even though it is something that you may need external, you need to evaluate, like, what is it you really need? Yeah. Because you could end up getting with somebody that is total trash because you're lonely and you just want somebody's company. Yeah. If you want company, you could go, find your friend, or talk to your family member, but not just go get booed up with anything that's
so fast.
Yeah, no, don't get booed up real quick. So yeah, we talked about that. So I thought that was good. I just wanted to shout that out. But let's get started. Y'all ready? We're about to get into this episode. So here is my question to y'all, because y'all know my first segment is, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to put him in the middle, my sponsor. My bad, Precious Fine Furniture. I got y'all after this dating. So here's random lessons in dating. Dating in your 20s. I know I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry y'all have to date in a time like this. But anxieties and stressors. Like what is your biggest anxiety or stress with dating now? And I know Teratia's engaged, so she's kind of, transitioning out of that. But, before, what are y'all's anxieties and stresses about it?
I think mine is more so people are always looking for the next best thing, instead of realizing what they have at the moment. Mm-hmm. And this generation is more about what's the word for it?
Which one?
On the tip of my tongue. Hooking up. It's
gotcha.
all about hooking up.
Gotcha.
So it's almost like, okay, you have one person that you talk to very frequently, but then you mess with 15 other people instead of just...
So instead of focusing your time on the one that you really want to be with, you're still trying to find other things out there. Yeah. Okay.
For me, I think it's mainly like trust. Like, as far as me, I'm the type of person, I'm not a person to show my emotions. So for me to be in a relationship with you and I show my emotions, that's me being vulnerable to you. So I think my anxiety is when I show you my emotions and you do something to, like,
I feel
to, like,
you.
Bring it down. Now I can't trust you as far as, like, sharing my thoughts or emotions.
Right.
Because you broke that trust with me.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Finding, like, a balance with dating. It's like, okay, how much is too much? Where, kind of like, I still have to make me a priority, too, in the midst of all the whole dating.
Gotcha.
thing.
Yes.
So, like, don't lose yourself in the midst
of dating. Yeah, that's really good. That is really good. Those are all good points. And I think it's funny because it's not just hearing what y'all are saying, that's across the board. It's across the ages, from 65 if you're single while you're 65, or if you're single while you're, in your 20s, that it's just, that's across the board. And I think it's more so just because we don't, we need to put, I don't know. I think it's just like a dog-eat-dog world out there, It's like, I'm going to try to get you before you get me. And that's not, and it doesn't work when you're trying to form a relationship or a bond with somebody.
Lack of communication.
Yeah. And so I just think that's crazy because
committed. So when you hit 23, 24, 25 and you trying to be serious and looking for marriage, they want to have their fun. So I think our generation don't like to be committed.
Yeah. Girl, that ain't just yours.
I think our generation has a problem with being vulnerable and being real. Yeah. It all has to be a show. It's all a picture for social media. It all has to be picture perfect. Like, let's be real.
Nothing is picture perfect. Yeah. I saw a meme today where this guy was like, it's something like, it was a picture, it's a beautiful picture of like rose petals. He did this all for his girlfriend, and so he wanted to surprise her, but as soon as he opened the door and she saw it, she pulled her camera out. And he got mad and started blowing out all the candles and sweeping up the rose petals. He's like, this ain't for everybody else. This is for me and you. I don't want this, and a lot of people were discussing it, and they were like, well, maybe she wanted it posted so it could keep coming up in your memories. But if it's a special moment, it's a special moment. Yeah. It's in your moment, so it doesn't matter. So just dating nowadays. It's tough. It's hard. It's
especially
weird.
When you have all the apps out there that make it easy to do this.
Yeah, that's true. You have one specifically for hooking up. Yeah, I was talking about that with my girls. Like somebody's husband was on one of the dating apps. We were on the plane, and she pulled him up. She's like, he looked familiar. And she pulled his face up, and I'm like, well, okay. Well, that's the way to figure that thing out. And she was like, should I tell her? I said, girl, that ain't your business. It ain't my business. It ain't your business. I'm not doing it.
Pray about it.
Right, pray about that one.
Y'all better than me because I'd have been like screenshots.
Well, it was somebody we didn't know. It was just like some random person on the plane. He was with this girl. Yeah. And because my friend is nosy, she scrolls through dating apps all the time. And she's like, girl, look. And she was like, look, he right there. I was like, I don't want to see that. That ain't none of my business. So yeah, y'all are having the same. Like I said, what y'all stated are the same. Like everybody who asked questions about dating, that's pretty much across the board. It's hard. It is hard. If something ever happened to Chris, I say this all the time, I'm going to be good by myself, child. And just focus, because before him, I was focused on me. And after him, I got to be focused on me. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So just a quick word from our sponsor, Precious Fine Furniture. You can go to their Facebook. They do resale, refurbished household furniture and appliances. They want to meet your furniture needs. Sorry, y'all can't read right now. They want to meet your furniture needs and your appliance needs. They have it all, from bedroom sets to living room sets to stoves, refrigerators, workout equipment, you name it, they got it. So hit them up, find them on Facebook. Their link will be in my show description, so you'll be able to see that. All right, and it looks like it's black. And that's all good. It's no worries. You'll still see the link in the show description after the show, so I'll let y'all see that. All right, so let's get into the social media randomness. Social media. All right, so the first things first. Did y'all see the Harriet Tubman?
Yes.
The Harriet Tubman.
Ready to see it already.
It's going to be good.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
The trailer had me emotional.
Same. I said.
It was crazy.
Get it. Yes. Get it, Harriet. Yeah.
Like, girl power all the way.
Right.
Yeah. We're going back.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go get it. Let's get it.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be really good. Somebody was like, I'm tired of slave movies. But Harriet Tubman ain't a slave movie. Like, that whole story is not about.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. It's a little bit different, yeah. So I'm excited about that one when it comes out. Yeah. Let's move on to the next thing. A$AP Rocky. Did y'all see that? A$AP. I don't say his name right.
A$AP?
I called him A$AP. How about this? Last show, like, I called him something else. I thought he was one of the Kardashians' little boo things. I thought he was
Kylie?
Travis. No, I thought he was Travis Scott. Because they all look the same. I'm old. I'm not old. But everybody starts to look the same now. Like, nobody has their own style, but apparently he could get paid for being locked up over there.
I think that's very interesting to get paid for being locked up because you're not guilty.
Yeah. The whole situation is stupid. Like, I read further into it, and I was like, wait, what? And then also when they were saying like he was in deplorable
situations.
It's not. So the jails over there are totally different than the jails here. Yeah. Because they use their jail, their criminal system to like rehabilitate. Yeah, like rehab. So yeah, it's like rehab. Yeah. And so when the criminals get out, they don't go back into the crime, and they're able to get a trade. So they don't have to, like, if they're stealing or whatever, like they make sure they reform them. So like when they were saying his quarters were no, they were lying. They were lying. The man gets a menu. He knows what he's eating each day. That's not. Yeah, they live in bunk beds. Like, it looks like a dorm. You know the old school dorms? Yeah. Where they have bunk beds on. Like, that's the way their jail cells are.
And the fact that all these people are involved. This is extra.
Yeah. So apparently, when Trump got involved, like it made it worse for her. Yeah, honestly, because it was like, no, we don't like your president. Go on, y'all doing too much for this. Yeah. So yeah, but because they feel like, I guess because he wasn't guilty, like he could get paid for being jailed over there. Which,
I mean, I get it, but
I do too.
It's a little extra.
Yeah, for missing his shows.
Yeah. I get it because he missed shows, but. Come on now.
Law is the law.
Well,
did what you did.
Yeah, but it would. But really,
that they'll get recompensated.
Yeah, if
like, that's their law.
Yeah, it is.
It trips me out.
Yeah, I mean,
like imagine if we had something like that.
We do a couple of them, and whenever it takes them to fight it forever, and then they'll get like compensated for all the time that they spend in there. And they have to get their life's wages, which is crazy. But our system is totally not like theirs. I mean, it's just not like Sweden, those types of countries. There's criminal justice system hits a little bit different. Ours is garbage.
Yes, very.
Ours is garbage. It's just for pay. So that's all they're trying to do. Hey, Arlene, I just always like to shout this out when my great Aunt Joyce. She tunes in. Girl, hey, Aunt Joyce. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in, man. All right. So let's, last one. And we just talked about it a little bit. The Lion King live action. How do y'all feel about it? Because that's like y'all's, like that's when y'all were born.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it. I don't know. I do personally kind of feel like it could have been a little better, but it was still really good.
Right. Okay.
It was good, but it made me want to go home and watch the animated version.
Yeah.
I want, like, the emotion.
Exactly.
I want to see him frown and cry. I want to feel it all.
So you couldn't, like you did, the facial expressions weren't there?
It's cool and all being real animals, but you can't see it all.
Yeah. Can't nothing beat the original.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Because even, did y'all see the post on, I think the Shade Room? About, there was a girl or someone who made the videos.
And they put
made the picture,
and they put the eyes like the cartoonish eyes
it still
on them.
Looked like live action, but it was just you could see all like
the cartoons.
Yeah, and everything. I think they should have did it more like that. Because it kind of reminded me of like National Geographic.
We're talking animals.
Yeah, like
okay, I get it. I'm gonna go see it this weekend. I guess
it's definitely worth watching.
It is worth watching.
Yeah. As long as I don't feel, if I feel better, I'll watch it.
There was one part though that they took out that I kind of feel like they should have kept in because I feel like
Spoiler alert! Go ahead and say, hey, if you haven't seen it, I'm just letting y'all know. Sorry, I want to hear it. What part did they take out?
I can't remember who did it, but y'all remember the part where he got hit on the head with the stick because he told him not to do something.
The monkey.
Yes.
The monkey said, hit him. And then he was like, it doesn't matter. It's in the back. That one?
That should have been in there because I feel like it was I feel
that
like
was always like the best part.
I feel like
that was
a
my favorite
lesson.
part. It is a lesson. Like,
and they shouldn't have took it out. But they took
it
that part out. Yeah.
Boo!
Mm-hmm. But it was still good though. It's still worth watching.
That sucks though. Like that's my favorite because that is a life lesson. Ow, you hit me, and then he's like, it doesn't matter. It's in the past, but it hurt. Yeah, the past can't hurt, but you got to move forward.
Exactly.
That was like the best lesson in the movie. That was like
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, see, I noticed. I was like,
for me, that's the biggest lesson in the movie. Yeah. Like no matter, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
But it was still good though. It was still very good.
We'll see if I watch it.
But that was just
that kind of made me sad. Like,
you still gotta watch it.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's really good though.
I'll watch it. All right, let's get into this This confession time things and things and things. All right. So, you ready? You ready?
Starting on the left side of the room.
You said what? What'd you say? Ah, man. Okay, that's fine. So we won't be able to show y'all. So like the things that I was gonna show, I can't show y'all because things are down. But that's all right. We're gonna make it happen. So the question for this episode, well, the title of this episode is how this adulting ain't hitting right. So, they're young, and I know they're just now hitting like the adulting part. And I've been doing it for 30-some years, and child, I'm tired. It's been 18 years of adulting, and I'm over it. I'm over all of it. So we're going to talk about the biggest things that the advice we wish we would have listened to as we entered adulthood. Like, you know, because sometimes we heard it and we was like, girl, you tripping. And then you start thinking like, oh, dang, I really wish I would have did that, would have listened. So we're not even gonna do the hashtags lessons learned part because this all flows into it. All right. So what is one big thing that y'all wish I would have listened to?
So my mom always kind of told me to like figure out who you are.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was younger, I feel like I did. Like, these are my friends. This is what I like to do. Mm-hmm. I like this type of music. Like, it was all very surface. So.
Yeah.
And I never really dived deep into trying to figure out, like, who I want to be or who I am and what I want out of this life.
Yeah.
What triggers you? Like, what's the real about you?
Right.
About who you are.
Yeah.
And I think that had I really tapped into that when I was younger, there are a lot of things I would have done differently or made better decisions about as I went through adulthood.
Gotcha.
And not only that, but like when you go into like discovering who you are, I feel like you allow yourself to place value on yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you know your own worth.
That's true. Yeah.
You set the tone.
Yeah.
For the whole
everything.
You do. Like everything is a little bit different about who you let in your life.
What you accept.
What foolishness. Yeah. Like you be like, ooh, you know what? I'm good on that. I might have been able to do that at 12. Right. But child, you're not gonna get me now. Yeah. Yeah. That's really good. Jasmine, what you got?
For me, I think the biggest lesson would be to take care of yourself. Like, you get so caught up in all the things that you have to do that you forget to take time for self and have fun. And then, like, and sometimes we have all this stuff to do, so it's hard to balance everything. And then you're sitting back like, dang, I should have did this or I should have did that.
Yeah.
Because nowadays people are like, your 20s are going to be your best years.
No, they're not. I'm going to tell you right now.
Like,
wait.
Because you're trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, I'm going to honestly say that. It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I'm learning, hey, take some time for yourself. Because if you down, you can't, you know, accomplish what you need to accomplish.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
It's true.
What you got?
Well, mine would be, I really wish that I would have took school more seriously. High school, everything I had going on in high school, and even getting out of high school, graduating and everything else.
Right.
You know, I have a kid now, of course. Daddy would kind of like drill it, like, you don't have any kids right now, so you can really do what you want to do. Yeah. You know, I knew that, and I've always thought about that, but then when you actually have a kid, it kind of makes you sit back and you're like, I basically didn't do anything I was supposed to do before I had a kid, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get you.
And of course it doesn't
it doesn't stop you from doing what you need to do.
It doesn't stop, but it makes you sit and think about everything that you need to do, everything that's more important.
Right. So right. Like the things that you need to do. Yeah. I feel you. All right, so I'm going to get into some of these things that people sent in. They sent in some really good ones. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see if he could. Yeah. All right. So here is, do not communicate with people from your past that have screwed you over. That was one that somebody sent in. Now, that is true. I just for myself, and I'll let y'all think about that. Just for myself, I remember I would give people chances because my heart's big, and I would always think, hey, they could change, so let me, let me give them another chance because they may have changed, and then they'll do the exact same thing, and then I'll push them to the side again, and then I'll be like, and then come back in and be like, hey girl, and this is for men or women, like my girlfriends or guys, like, and then after a while I kept seeing that their behavior was just repeating themselves, and so I started saying, girl, stop. Like, there's 1,000 freaking hundreds of millions of people in this world. You do not have to keep accepting that person in, especially if they keep doing the same dumb thing over and over again, So what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I still do that now. That's not, I feel like it's really hard to get out of the habit when you're stuck in it. Yeah. Especially when you're giving people chance after chance after chance. Yeah. And, it's like after a while it does get old, so then, it does stop, but then you're pretty much damaged from everything that they were doing before. Yeah,
from everything that they did,
So you always want to see, like, the good in people.
Yeah.
So, like,
they're
going to change.
They're going to,
they can change. They just going through something. They can change, and then they come back and do the exact same stupid thing, and you be like, no,
I can help them.
Pretty much,
that help thing, and I think that's more so for us women because we always see that potential, or we're like, let me help you. That's not our job. Like, at the end of the day, it is not our job. You need to help yourself. And then I can help. When you help yourself, I can help you with some other stuff. But I'm not a hospital. I can sprinkle some things, but I'm not a hospital. I can't. No, I might be pre-med, but that ain't me. Child, you got to work for yourself. Right. All right. The next one, let's see what the next one. Never allow the inability of someone, not recognizing your worth to be the reason that you don't. Ooh. I'm going to say that again. Never allow the inability of someone not recognizing your worth be the reason that you don't recognize your worth.
That's deep.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
That is.
That's a big one because, that goes back to, letting people from the past come back. We let them come back because, we think some people think that's all I deserve. That's all I deserve. Right. And so what do y'all have?
I think that's something I still struggle with. It's just like, but they need me, but I can help. But this is all that it is. I struggle to set those boundaries for people and be
that's
like,
a good one.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Because I feel bad at the end of the day. I feel like, but I could have done something more, but you're sad.
Right.
I can't leave you sad.
Yeah.
Or, whatever the case may be. So,
and I think some people, they think, oh, they don't see my worth, so is something wrong with me? Did I do something wrong? Am I worthless? Yeah. And it's like, no, everybody not going to see you.
Yep.
So
you get stuck in that mindset.
Yeah. And then you're trying to, you feel like you can do more, and then there's not more you can do. You're already doing the best that you can. You're already pretty much at the top. Not at the top, but
I get what you're saying. I learned that, I think, after because I was engaged before in college, and I remember breaking off that engagement because I knew it couldn't go any further than that. And I but looking at it, like, he could never see my worth. He couldn't see, like, the things that I was doing was important. Yeah. He just saw, like, I took him to, when I qualified for USA Championship, I took him, and when we got there, he was like, "This is what you do? Why you think, boy, I'm number 50 in the world. Like, I'm in the top 50 in the world. Are you kidding me? You think we just going to some high school track meet? My dude." And so I knew then, like, after that, I remember after that track meet, I was like, we could never do nothing. Like, he couldn't, because he couldn't see the value in who I was. Right. Like, he couldn't see that I added to him. Right. And he could never accept it because he just couldn't see who I was. So, yeah, that was a really good one. Like, never let somebody, just because they think you trash, don't mean you trash. Plain and simple. All right. What's the next one? Let's see what else we got. listen to God every step of the way. Listen to God every step of the way. That's a good way.
Yeah.
That is a good one because
Let me tell you, when you get off that path, you ain't going nowhere good.
Nowhere. Everything just be like this. And then stuff start getting thrown at you, and you're like, why am I dealing with this? Why am I dealing with this? Why is this happening? But it's just because he's trying to get you to, listen to me. Because if you would have went the path I told you to go, then you would be better off.
Because a lot of times we try to create our own path because we think, oh, he's not listening, or oh, he's taking too long, so I'm going to create my own little path. And sometimes we just got to let God do what he do.
That's right. That's true. That's so true.
We forget. He got the plan.
I know.
He know the best way.
He know more than we do.
As soon as you make the plan, he start laughing.
Right.
Girl, because them plans be well thought out or not really. So I used to make fun of Precious because I'd say Precious and her other friend did not make good plans. Like, they were never the dumbest plans in the world. I'm sorry. They were stupid because they would just be running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. When I'm just like, well, why don't you just stay here and do what you need to do and then move to the next step? And I think we do that with God. Like, God watches us run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And he like, I already told you what you were supposed to do, so what are you doing? Yeah. And you're like, you know what? Just keep doing it. I'm going to sit here and laugh. Just keep going because it's funny to me because I know it's about to happen. So keep
we don't like the process.
No.
Oh, no. Nobody likes the process.
Yeah. You got to do stuff that you don't want to do.
Right. Yeah. So. Yeah. Before we go on to the next thing, I want to say hey to everyone who has joined and share this out. Like put it out there so other people can watch. Like, I only see one person that shared it. I need y'all to share it. Share the live feed, guys. Share the things.
Comment and subscribe. No.
Yeah. Yeah. You could comment too. We will talk about it because Lorinda Cockrell, my mother, just posted and she said, follow God. It helps out so much. And it does. It really does. So, yeah, share this out, guys. It's good, wholesome wisdom. Good, wholesome wisdom. All right. What's the next one? What else we got? Be careful who you allow in your circle. I'm going to go to the second one because that's like the main thing. But I like the first part of that. Be careful who you allow in your circle. Because it could be some
sharks in the water.
Yes. Baby.
Some
snakes. Some folks just waiting. Like, ooh, look, I look cute. I look like I'm your friend.
Nah. I learned that the hard way. I learned that the very, very hard way. Because I thought I had a friend, right? And I thought that was my friend. And I'm the type of person where I'm cool. I'll talk about pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an open book. I feel like if you're asking me for a reason. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
And then it's when people twist things that you tell them and try to make things out to be, you're like, oh, that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's not what I said.
Okay. That's okay. Well, I learn now. And so I've had to learn to sit down and be quiet and watch before I open my mouth.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. Watch.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch. You gotta watch. Anybody else?
I agree with that. But, I don't really feel like, I don't know. It's really hard for me to stay connected with people. So I find myself not really having that many friends.
Yeah, me neither.
When I was in my 20s, I didn't have that many friends, especially when I moved back to Houston. I did not have a lot of friends. And then when I started getting friends, I trusted too soon.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I got a friend. Oh, it's my girl. Instead of, like you said, sitting back and watching. And so now that I'm in my 30s, like I know now and I see now and I observe more. Like if you are a habitual liar, you can't come close to me. And I'll catch you in your lie because I know the questions to ask now to come full circle. So you said what? Because that's not what you said before. Yeah. So girl, what is it? So I really watch. That's. But like I said, because you're in your 20s. Believe me, the same friends you had, just the same friends you had as teenagers, you're not gonna have them in your 20s. Yeah. Same friends you had in your 20s, you're not gonna have them in your 30s. And that's just because that's life. You change. Yeah. You change. You mature. Your mindset changes, and you have to grow. You know, you have to grow, and if your friends aren't growing with you, then they got to stay. You know, they can stay where they are, but you're not going to hold yourself back because of, you know, they're stunted in what they're thinking. So that's a big one. Your circle really shows, I think your circle shows who you are. And what you're about. All right, we got another one. One more. All right, and then we're going to go to the Instagram post. Love and kindness are free, so love everybody, serve everybody.
If we had just a little bit more of that in this world,
everything would be so much better.
So different. Then we wouldn't have to talk about watch who you bring in your circle.
Exactly.
People in your past. Yeah, so that's, you know, and I know just because, you know, we're supposed to be servants, but that's still.
Everybody want to be in competition with each other.
I'm gonna be the best servant.
I'm gonna be the best servant.
I'm gonna be that first.
I'm gonna be the best.
I'm gonna get it first.
Yeah, and that too. I'm gonna be the best person that you're gonna say always loves you. You can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, but that is good. If we did have more love and kindness in this world, we wouldn't have to worry about people telling African Americans to go back to Africa. We didn't even ask to be here. So how you gonna tell me to go? I was born in Columbia, Missouri. So that's the only place I could go back to. I don't know about anybody else, you know, or just you would see we wouldn't have the issues we have now if people treated people better with love and kindness. So that was a really good one. And then I guess we could go ahead. The number one, and we're going to talk about some more on Instagram. The number one was financial literacy. Like, people just kept commenting, save your money, budget, pay your credit card bills. You know, it all had to do with money. Like, don't spend all your money once you get it. You know, it was all about, and I think that's important because, you know, in your 20s, you don't think, you know. Like, I got my whole life to say. And me right now, I'm like, I don't have that much longer to work. I'm not going to be in the school system forever. So I got to make sure I got that good old, you know, that good old thing ready for me, that nest egg, that bag, because I'm not going to put up with people's bad children at 65. Sorry. Yeah, so that was the number one. All right, let's go to Instagram real quick. That Instagram. And while he's doing that, Kanisha said, dog it went down again. All right, well, Kanisha said, what's in your cup is for you. It's for you. Give and serve from your overflow. That's a good one. I've heard that a lot. Because you can't, if your cup run empty, and Jasmine said it earlier, if your cup is empty,
you can't pour into nobody.
No. Yeah, you can't pour into nobody because you're not taking care of yourself.
Right.
You know, so that the rest of the stuff that's around the cup that spills over, that's for you.
Yeah. I think I have that issue.
That. Yeah.
I always have.
But people make it seem like that's such a bad thing.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
That, like, I'm taking care of me first. It's seen as so negative.
You have to be selfish with something.
Yeah.
You do. You have to. And I think if you're selfish with anything, it has to be with yourself and how you are. Because you get to a point where you're just running. And you could, like, I ended up in ICU because I'm running. And I don't want to go to the hospital and I'm sick. And I'm trying to worry about everybody else. Yeah. But I'm legit like, girl, you gonna die. You know, like, sit your butt down somewhere. And so, that whole overflow, you have to realize, you have to acknowledge what is your overflow and what's not.
Yeah.
That's something that you have to see for yourself as well. All right. Okay, cool. It's back up. All right. So let's go to, you got a couple? All right. Podcasts collective with each other, but we do this. So the first one, because I love their name, I'm gonna say I love their name. So it's WYH. I'm not saying that right. It's WRYH podcast, and it's I'm gonna say the name because it's my show and I can do it. It's Who Raised You Hoes podcast. Wow. Because they talk about, like, just the most trifling, the things that people are doing nowadays. Yeah. So they said, get my degree and don't drop out. Even though I'm doing what I love, without a degree, it's harder. It's a harder fight, and definitely financial literacy. And that's Lonnie from WRYH podcast. So he's saying, just keep it going. Keep it going. That whole degree, if nobody else can take that away from you. Once you get it, nobody can take it away from you. And yeah, it's hard. And yes, I remember when I was in, all my degree programs, I think I quit like 3 times. I did my homework though, but I quit. I did my homework though, but I'm pretty sure I quit like 3 or 4 times because it does get hard. Yes. And especially while you're doing it while, life is going on. Like, you be like, God, dog. But you keep on pushing, and you could get it together, and it's all good. All right, and I'm going to read another one. Let's see. I'll go to my Instagram and shout it out. And thank you guys, the ones who are tuning in once again. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all share it out. Share it out. Show it to other people. I want to see. Yeah, let's get this up to like 1,000 hits, 1,000 views, so I could start telling people I got 1,000 views. We could get some people to like pay to sponsor, those things, type of things. All right, here it is. This one is from Lucky Lefty from Cashmere Thoughts Podcast. He said, stay in a child's place, and he laughed. But it said, no, but seriously, I wish that I would have listened to my grandma telling me to leave those babies where they are at. I love my daughter with everything in me, but I know that the journey would have been different if I had waited. She's 15 now, and I'm really just now getting to fully pursue some of the things that I wanted to do when I was younger. Once again, I don't know if the journey would have been better, but I know it would have been different. And I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that because when you have kids, you still pursue what you want to do, but in the back of your mind, you're like, you have
to think about somebody else.
There it is. Yeah. 2 of y'all know what y'all got to do. Yeah.
Now you have to have a balance. Okay, well, I need to fit in my schoolwork somewhere, but she needs a bath and she needs to eat, and you have to. It's difficult. Yeah.
Do you make sure like you're on a good schedule to accomplish those things?
Nope, because I feel like I don't know. I feel like planning kind of makes things chaotic. And that's just my opinion. Planning makes things chaotic. Because if I say that I'm going to do something at this time and it doesn't happen, I'm either going to make myself upset or it's
going to throw everything off. And now your whole plan that you had set is off. And with kids, it's never going to go as planned.
Not even a little bit. You're like, they're going to go to sleep around 8 or 9. I'm going to get this done, and it doesn't happen. So then it's kind of like, what's next? Like, so what am I supposed to do now? So,
and my friend Quincella said that she would do it like she would get as much done before her daughter would wake up. She would get as much done before she would wake up, and then when the kid wake up, like everything was planned out. Like, her clothes are ready. She's gonna take a bath. So whether she was gonna throw a fit or not, it was still stuff in place where. After the fit, that's fine. You still gonna put this on. Like, we putting these clothes on, So she had it planned out, and then she also had it planned out. So after work, no matter how tired she was, she would take her daughter to the park to play, and then wears them out. So then all she had to do was, get home, take a bath. You're gonna go to sleep at 8 because you're tired. Right. So you're gonna eat, take a bath, go to sleep, and now I could get the rest of my stuff done. Yeah. So she said that worked out for her for a good time until her daughter's like 16 now. So she didn't have to. But I mean, even now that her daughter's 16, she still has to plan stuff out because when you got teenagers, they're in more stuff. Yeah. Right. More extracurriculars. So she still has to Yeah. And Kanisha agrees. She said you will stress yourself out trying to maintain a schedule. I feel you. Because I know kids. They be like,
full of energy.
Yep. Or they be like, so what time you want me to eat lunch? I don't want it. And you like, I know you hungry. I don't want
Or
it.
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
I want my iPad.
Yeah,
Yes.
now when.
Yes.
I'm not ready to be a parent. I'm not. Y'all can have it. Y'all good. Y'all can have another baby.
No, thank you.
That way I don't have to have one.
I love the one I have.
Trying to get some.
One and done.
Right. Let's see. The Black Pod Collective says, I wish I would have lived at home longer rather than jumping into my own place at 18. It taught me a lot, but the amount of money I could have saved, because everything comes back to money, the amount of money I could have saved still haunts me.
Yes, if your parents are going to let you stay home, stay home.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor.
Right?
Stay.
Honestly.
Do yourself that favor. Save your money. Get yourself
Yes.
together. Go to school. Focus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Build your credit.
Yep.
Get all that stuff done while they're letting you stay.
Honestly.
Stay.
That's so true because I think I moved out at 19. I left, and I mean, I'm back home now, but I wish I would have just stayed the entire time because, messed up my credit. I mean,
But
the
you,
whole
you
9
young
yards.
enough that it'll just
yeah, you
rebuild.
can fix it,
So,
but
you
it's
know.
like, if I
But
would've
you
did
didn't
that,
have to go through it in the
Exactly.
first
Like,
place.
I could have been in a
Yeah.
way better situation.
Yeah, and I think that goes with somebody else said to stay in a child's place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because when you're 18, you really, like, you want to think you're grown, but the only thing you can do is vote and maybe get into some clubs. Like, you're really not grown. You know, like,
Right.
18 means
Right.
nothing.
Mhm.
And my mama used to say, you only 8 years from 10.
Yeah,
like, for
that's
real. Like,
true.
you are only 8 years away from
From
10.
10.
Like,
Mhm.
you don't know anything.
Yeah.
You don't, you know, other than people who have to survive, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have to, child, 18 years old is not grown. It's not.
Not even a little
I
And
bit.
you think you know.
I didn't turn 18
Think
until
you know
the first
everything.
day of college, like my first day of college classes. That's when I turned 18. Child, not grown at all. I'm looking at all these grown folks like, I'm not grown too. I'm not grown. But yeah, some people do. I hear you. Some people do have to move out at 18, but if you don't have to, then why do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know, and I see it. I see it a lot, and I'm getting ready to talk about cultures. I see it a lot more with Black cultures than any other culture. Like, we kick our kids out at 18
Yeah.
and they're not ready. Like, you are still a kid. So to tell an 18-year-old that once you turn 18, you got
Gotta
to
get
go. I don't
out,
know where
yeah.
you going. But why would you do that to them if you don't have to? If you, they
Right.
can get a job and come and work. Like, you know, if establish some rules that an 18-year-old needs, but don't still treat them like they're 16 or 12.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you have to mature you have to make your rules, like your house rules, go with, you know, the age of your kid. That's just me personally. Like, you have to let them have more freedom so
Yeah.
they can figure out what they want. They can figure out what they want to do besides just saying, you in my house, you got to obey my rules. It's
Yes.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you can
You
Get
don't
out.
like it. And that's like a favorite thing for parents to say, but and that brings about abandonment issues too.
Right.
Like, I don't think parents really, and I know that because I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
So I see kids stress the hell out their senior year because they know they're in their mind, they're like, I got to go.
Yeah. What am I going to do?
What am I going to do?
Right.
But you're just a senior in high school. Like, you're still
A
not
baby.
older. You're still a baby. You're
Yeah.
still a child. So you're telling this 18-year-old who's just trying to graduate high school that once you graduate, I don't know what you're going to do, but you can't be here.
Where they going to go?
Yeah.
Where they going to go?
Don't have
And you
no
expect
money.
them to
Yeah.
succeed.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
and they don't know because
Yeah.
the school systems don't teach money matters. Like, they don't teach them. They don't teach financial literacy.
Yeah,
The school
not
don't
at
teach
all.
you how to change your tire. The school
Right.
don't teach you where to go get your oil changed. The school doesn't teach you to set doctor's appointments to get. The schools don't do that. And if you don't do that as your parent, your child is not ready to
gonna
leave
know.
at 18. Plain
Yeah.
and simple. Like, I am a firm believer. If you are a parent and you can just don't
They
kick your
still
kids.
need that support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still need that support because they are not grown.
Yeah.
They are not grown. And I think that pushes 18-year-olds into grown-up situations that they shouldn't be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't expect, if an 18-year-old gets pregnant, you can't be like, lick at you. Well,
What do you mean?
what you mean?
Right,
Lick at
right.
you. Like,
it happens. Like, get over it.
Child, I don't know. It's just me and my thoughts and whatever. Yeah. And so, yeah, y'all got anything else y'all want to say? Any closing remarks? Anything that y'all found that was like, oh my gosh.
I'm excited for your book.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for your book.
Yeah, well, that's part of the...
Coming.
Well, here are the closing remarks, guys. Thank you guys for watching, but we're done with that. So if you didn't get anything out of that, please believe. And if you think it's too late for you to follow some of that advice that was given, it's not. Like, that's what I like about when people give advice. It's never too late. If you're 35, 45, whatever, you could still follow this advice because it's universal.
Yeah.
Like, it just works. And you can get yourself out of situations. You could be like, you know what, I'm good. No matter how old you are. So a lot of this advice is just good advice, period. Yeah, well, all right. Well, let's wrap things up. So, coming things, I'm going to talk about my stuff later. But Jasmine has something coming up on August the 10th. Is the screen share, is it working? Target. So, you want to talk about what you have coming up August 10th?
On August the 10th at 6:30 p.m., I am having a praise dance in my little worship night. And
It ain't little. Don't call it little.
No.
It's
She
your
did show.
stuff.
It's my first event, so it'll be nothing but dancing and singing and a lot of young people. So if you
Worshiping.
have your
It is a
kids,
worship night.
Bring your kids.
Adults can come too.
So y'all can come too.
Give them the address, time, address.
Oh, the address
there it
is
is.
15620 Sellers Road, Houston, Texas 77060 at Christ Worship Center.
At Christ Worship Center. That's our church. That's our church. Yep. So come on out. It starts at 6:30, and we start things on time at our church.
Yes, we do.
So don't think that if you come there at 7, nothing's gonna be started because it will be done. So what day is it again?
August the 10th at 6:30 p.m.
All right, at Christ Worship Center. So make sure you come out. Bring your kids. Bring yourself. Bring your teenagers. Young adults come. It's everybody. Just come out and get a good night of worship in. It's good. It helps ground yourself back to yourself. All right. So my things. Go to confessionsfromaredcouch.com. Go to the blog page, read my things. Go to the YouTube channel, confessionsfromaredcouch.com. It's the same thing. There it is, the wonderful graphic. Looking all cute. Yeah. So check out the podcast and the previous episodes. I am going to take a break in the month of August, guys. I will be back in September. I didn't realize I was at 14 episodes until this one. So yay! I made it 14 episodes. I was so scared to do this. Anyway, so do that. Also, the book is coming out. It is called The Journey Back to Loving Yourself. The book will be out August 1st. I finished it right before we went on vacation. Like, it's totally 100% done. And so it will be on sale on my merchandise website, which is buyconfessionsfromaredcouch.com, or it'll be available on Amazon, like Kindle. You can download it on your Kindle. Oh my gosh! So be looking out for that. If you follow my Instagram or Facebook, I'll be putting more information about that. And yes, they all know it's finally out because I've wrestled with this for about 4 or 5 years, and I finally just did it. So I'm still nervous, but it's done. So if you know somebody who needs to get back to loving yourself, tell them about the book. Whenever I post about it, share it. Hold on, let me look at my camera. Where's my camera? Hey guys, share and like my things, please. I do this for you and for others. Share and like my things. Go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Like my things. All right. With that being said, anybody else got anything else they want to say, talk about? Thank you guys for being guests on my show. Was it bad?
No.
Look at that. They were all nervous.
I'm always nervous and
we
still
got
nervous
it
all the
done.
time.
Yeah, we got it done. We got it done. So this is the last show until September. Thanks for tuning in. Rewatch some old episodes. I love y'all. Be great. Be amazing. And, just do the things that you do. Bye, kids.